Welcome to the Cop Shop Podcast, our weekly compilation of police report oddities and curiosities. With host, Telegraph reporter Joe Kovac Jr. The suspect was a tall guy, and he'd been standing at the door of Ingleside Village Pizza for a long time. A manager at the popular Ingleside Avenue eatery grew suspicious of the man as the man stood there the evening of December 16th. The man, according to a Bibb County Sheriff's report, quote, then started to look at the signature shirts that were near the front door of the restaurant. Someone who works there saw the fellow grab one of the $15 shirts and hide it under a pullover fleece he was wearing. He then walked quickly out the door, the report noted, and several employees took off after him. He got away in a silver Honda, but not before leaving behind something that may help the authorities track him down. That something was on a debit or credit card he'd used to buy something at the restaurant. His name. One night in late November, a sheriff's deputy went to see if something was wrong at a house near High Falls in northern Monroe County. A woman there in her 50s made an unusual claim. She said that a man she'd dated half a decade ago had, as a sheriff's report noted, placed an implantable chip that she referred to as a Verichip inside of her body. And now she said she has wires running all through her. The sheriff's report of the incident doesn't mention it, but the woman's complaint seems to denote some underlying form of mental illness. The woman said the chip, quote, is loud in her ears and that the police have been harassing her by, quote, hacking into her phone. The chip, she said, quote, keeps her awake at night and annoys her all day long. She told the sheriff's deputy who went to her house that if Monroe County Sheriff John Kerry Biddick doesn't remedy the situation and, quote, do what she pays her taxes for, then she would, quote, take care of it. And she said, quote, it would be messy. And now from our dispatches files. Early one morning last month, a man in western Bibb County had been asleep until he heard someone at his apartment door. The person there, a 70-year-old man who lives in the same building on Fulton Mill Road, was asking to borrow the resident's cell phone. The guy who'd been asleep, 62, told the other fellow no. That's when the man at the door started yelling and saying, quote, he was going to assassinate him. A Bibb County Sheriff's report of the December 10th episode noted. The man at the door then busted into the apartment and began hitting the resident with a metal pole. When a sheriff's deputy arrived, the man with the pole said he was agitated because the other guy wouldn't share his phone, and that the other guy should not have been sleeping at 5:30 a.m., but rather should have been getting ready to go to work. The guy with the pole was jailed on an aggravated assault charge. About 9 a.m. on December 18th, a man who lives on Doster Way, out near Bowden Golf Course in northeast Macon, called the police and said that his ex-girlfriend had heaved a brick through his window. He said the ex, who is 31, had popped up at his place that morning, only to find that he had company. The sheriff's report said the man, 34, has not had any dealings whatsoever with his ex, but he said, quote, she would always try to have power over him.